unrobing my own stuff that kept me from owning that I had this gift.
Amen.
So I can sit here with that thing, that power, because that's after sitting and sitting and sitting. But I can't tell you how valuable. You couldn't give me enough money for the value that is placed inside of my heart from doing the work. It is, it's, you can't describe, it's priceless. It's myself. I have my mind and control over it. And I could choose not to, but I know that there's an option.
Absolutely. Oh, wow.
So teach option.
So let me translate that, because, a lot of people confuse confidence with self-esteem that you probably will have needed to get when you were a child. But in my experience, just like yours, is the more I embrace everything that I am, my shadow, my darkness, my pain, my suffering, the more confident I become, because now I'm the owner of my story. I can change my narrative. I can show up and say, I lived that, survived it, and thrived from it. I no longer am a victim of the circumstances. I'm the creator of my life. And when I take responsibility for my creation and I sit in it, plus I don't want anybody else to sit in that. I don't want to entertain a story of suffering outside of myself that is just going to be not helpful for me, neither helpful for society. So wow, this is such a passionate topic for me that I could just stay in English, but I'm going to translate. So dice que esto es el paso más poderoso y lo pueden sentir. Y estos mantras, quedarte, sentir tu dolor, no evadirlo, ser el dueño y la dueña de esto. De ahí viene tu confianza. Dice Tina que de ahí viene toda la confianza que tiene en sí misma, es de poderse sentar, de no escapar, de conocerse y de verlo esto ojo con ojo. O sea, ves al miedo a los ojos, ves a tu dolor a los ojos y tú decides qué quieres hacer con ello. So powerful, Tina.
It's so powerful. And being in your own power, that's the cool thing. Like being in, like, girls that are learning this and I get messages and they're like, oh my gosh, I was able to sit and I was only able to sit for a few hours, but you'll never believe this happened or that happened. I really want people to hold or possibly think about the idea of, on the other side of the sit, there are gifts.
Wow, beautiful.
There are universal gifts that the universe is wanting to give us, but when we do not sit, we block it energetically because we're not able to capture it. We're not able to attract abundance or love or anything. We repel it with our own negative thoughts. Mm-hmm. And we think, how could we change someone else? It's energy. We are all energy. And even if, let's just say I sit and that person doesn't change or they don't do something different, I changed the vibrational frequency and up-leveled my own, my being, what I came here to do. So even if it doesn't show up in that circumstance, it will show up in all areas because evolution is an upgrade. No matter where it comes from, you upgrade. It'll show up in another portal. It's like water running down a mountain. It's like it'll find a way down. Even if you plug it up this way, it's going to find its way down. And I think of that with spiritual evolution. It's like when you sit, you will be rewarded. It may not be right then. You may not be able to identify it, but there is just such an abundance that comes from doing this work.
Wow. So dice Tina, está de veras les recomiendo conocer a esta mujer porque es extraordinaria. Dice que cuando te sientas en ese dolor, te sientas a meditar, a hacer los mantras, haces el trabajo. This is the work, este es el trabajo. Del otro lado de sentarte, de meditar, de hacer tu trabajo interior están los regalos del universo, los regalos del amor, porque cuando no te sientas, cuando no te adueñas, no te empoderas, no te haces responsable, tú te bloqueas el amor, bloqueas la prosperidad, bloqueas la abundancia y te autosaboteas. Esto es el autosaboteo. So, you are so passionate, love. Eres con tanta pasión, and I can feel it. Yo lo siento, I'm getting pumped like Tony Robbins here. Me estoy emocionando tanto como one of my mentors, como Tony Robbins. But this is so powerful to tell people. Es tan poderoso because the seed is so important, and that's
it is. It's you could forget about everything else and just change your entire world by sitting. That's it. You really could.
Ya, puedes olvidar de todo, pero siéntate, haz tu trabajo. Con esto vas a elevar tu frecuencia, y cuando elevas tu frecuencia, es como el agua. Va a encontrar estas bendiciones, estos regalos, van a encontrar su camino hacia ti como el agua bajando de una montaña. Wow, so Tina, just because of your time, por tu tiempo, so where can people start? ¿Dónde puede la gente empezar? Because I don't want to give them more. I want them to do the work and discover the gifts of your method. Quiero que hagan el trabajo y descubran los regalos de tu método. So where do you invite people to begin, to steer? ¿Dónde le recomiendas a la gente que empiecen a revolver sus adentros para poderse sentar y recibir los regalos?
A great start would be, and it is the first step, is just recognizing that you are in a stir.
Yes.
Recognizing, when I read that email, my heart started racing. When they didn't text me back, I started thinking this, and this. You don't even have to name the thoughts. You could just identify, I don't feel good. Identifying that you've shifted. Magic. Most people, and I would say this, if you can catch yourself, you're doing better than most people, because it is so easy for it just to go automatically, reactionary, where you don't even realize that you've deviated. You don't even know, you just feel not good. And you are so used to not feeling good that this is normal. So even just recognizing I am not feeling good. This could be physical. This could be my stomach's churning. It could be my palms are sweating, or I'm biting my nails, or I really want to hide. Recognizing that you're just in it. That's enough in and of itself. You don't have to do anything else. You're halfway there when you recognize that you've deviated, and be proud of yourself when you catch it. That doesn't mean you don't have to not react, but be proud of yourself that you acknowledged what was truly going on versus just going right over it and never acknowledging.
So powerful. Let me translate that. Dice que un primer paso donde que ella le sugiere empezar para realmente cambiar eso, para poder utilizar el sufrimiento y el dolor como ella lo hizo, de transformación, de vivir tu misión, el primer paso es simplemente reconoce, esto me detonó, esto me movió por dentro tan fuerte. Simplemente el reconocerlo, a lo mejor reaccionas, a lo mejor te enojas, pero el reconócete. Realmente siéntete orgulloso y orgullosa de ti misma que pudiste reconocer, este email que no me contestaron me detonó, este texto que me mandó de este tipo, así lo interpreté y me detonó. Reconoce y di, wow, pude reconocer que me detonó, y ese es un primer paso para poder crear este método del sufrimiento hacia vivir una gran misión. This is so powerful, Tina. I think, I will, with someone like you, I will sit like for hours and hours and hours, plus your passion and again, I'm going to say the word embodiment. No other word comes to me right now. It's so genuine love, so very genuine. And I think, it's so beautiful. So what would be just to close the podcast? I know it's kind of short because we have the translation English and Spanish, but the wisdom of this woman, what she just poured, if you really just steer, notice the steer, notice when you're in the steer, and then sit, and then you get her book to get the whole method. But just that, I bet is going to change people's lives. So what would you have to say just to close? And then I'll just translate and we'll say our farewells.
You're exactly where you're supposed to be, wherever it is. Even if it's in pain, even if it's happiness, joy, you're exactly where you're meant to be. And the universe and God or whatever you believe is giving you people, places, and things that are going to help you evolve and stir you up so you can transform this. You can be free. And we have windows of opportunity through that pain.
Ah, beautiful. Dice, estás tú, donde quiera que estés en tu vida, el dolor, el enojo, la felicidad, donde quiera que estés es donde debes de estar. Y Dios te va a dar, el Dios, el universo, la fuente, como tú quieras llamar esa energía, infinitas ventanas de oportunidades para que seas detonado, que te presenten todos los detonadores. ¿Para qué? Para que puedas llegar a donde debes de estar y a donde quieres estar. Viene a ayudar, no te viene a herir. So, wow, Tina, thank you so much for your time. Muchas gracias por tu tiempo.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, yeah. And
truly, thank you. It's an honor to be a part of this, and to any chance I get to start this method and teach this method or about it. Like you said, we could do this for hours. That's for me. And this is what, in the words of Joan of Arc, she said, I am not afraid. I was born to do this.
Oh, beautiful. Dice que está súper honrada de estar aquí, de ser parte de este movimiento, y en las palabras de Juana de Arco, yo no tengo miedo, nací para hacer esto. Thank you, Angel. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your openness of mind. Gracias por su mente abierta. This is a Brain Gym podcast. Este es un podcast para hacer gimnasio cerebral. Thank you for practicing 2 languages too. Gracias por practicar 2 lenguajes, and especially for bridging cultures, y por hacer un puente entre culturas, because you know what serves one serves us all. Porque lo que le sirve a uno nos sirve a todos. So thank you, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you for listening to the Sovereign Futures podcast. Be sure to subscribe to Sovereign Futures on your favorite podcast platform and share us with a friend. To learn more about how to design your desired futures, visit delaflorteachings.com/futuring to receive a Futuring Journey audio in English or in Spanish.